Hello paddlers, welcome back to the channel. Well, back at Flamborough today, and yeah, I was here, it's Friday the 27th, and as it happens I was actually here on the 25th. Strangely enough, there was no traffic about. It was very easy and quiet roads. But yeah, 27th today, Friday, and I've come back again. However, it's very, very, very misty and foggy. So I'm just checking it out. I know the seas are calm, because I checked calm seas, all this sort of stuff. That's why I thought, oh, I'll come back for another paddle. Because on the 25th it was quite nice and sunny, and got some good shots actually, because at one point a seal came right up and practically jumped in the cockpit, so to speak, put its head right near the cockpit, and I actually had the camera, so you'll enjoy that video. I haven't edited out like that yet though, but because of this mist, it was meant to lift by the time I got here. I timed it according to the weather forecast. This was going to lift between 8 and 9 a.m. Alright, so I thought no point coming early. Alright, so I timed it, and it's about 8:45 now, but it is thick mist still, and I'm not sure if it's going to lift or not, but I thought I'll bring you down and we'll have a look, see what it's like today. Tell you one thing, beautiful seas, really calm, isn't it? Oh, by the way, yeah, you know these one or two comments I've had, and you know who you are, that said, you don't need to wear a helmet when you're going out in the sea, George. And I've explained, I said, well, in areas around here it's quite risky. Not everywhere, but certain areas, and I just thought I'd, while I'm here, look at this. All them are big rocks. Now when you come in, yeah, granted, when the tide's in they're quite deep and they're underwater quite deep, but if you tip and roll you can end up whacking your head. And one or two of them are bloody big actually, and they are all along that side too. Anyway, that's why I usually put the helmet on. Right, anyway, I'm still trying to decide, and I think the sun is breaking. I think it's just a bit later than expected. So I think I'm going to risk it, because it looks like the sun is breaking. So, like I say, I've got my running lights anyhow, just in case, but don't think there's going to be any boat traffic about. Not today. But yeah, I think the sun's lifted, the sun's coming a bit, that fog's lifting, so I think I'll risk it for a biscuit. Right then paddlers, I'm changing this video into a safety video. I've been down there about half an hour and I've come back up. There is a slight break. There is a slight break in the mist, but little voice in my head is saying no, I'm not feeling it. You get me? Like I said, I've got running lights for emergencies and all the safety gear, blah 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 blah, but I don't know, there's a little voice in my head saying don't risk it. It's just that this mist was meant to be gone now, right? And I've checked the weather forecast while I've just sat here, and it's not going anywhere for at least another 4 hours. Right? And it does actually say on me more advanced weather forecast for my paddling forecast thing, predict wind and weather type, whatever. It does say there's a good chance it could settle more. In other words, it could get denser. But so if you're in this sort of, like I said, I'm changing this into a safety video, and a Happy New Year video. If you're in this sort of situation where there's a niggling voice in your head that's just not sure, listen to it. When you're going out in the sea or anywhere, really paddling, up here you need to be 100%. You don't want to have any doubts whatsoever. You can worry, am I going to be warm enough? I hope I'm warm enough. Right, that's fair enough. But you don't want to have any doubts. And at the moment I've got doubts. It's just a niggling little voice. What if this? What if that? Okay, I've got safety lights, I've got this, I've got that, I've got radio. But if the fog comes in really, really thick and something did happen, and you're in the water, you know you can get where this is coming from. If I was paddling with somebody else today, I'd already be in the water. We wouldn't even be having this conversation. But when you're paddling alone, and that's what I'm trying to get at you, when you're paddling alone, you have to think extra safety. You have to treat every situation separately, and always think worst case scenario. You get me? Always think worst case scenario. Now, as it happens, the sea is pretty flat. It's calm seas, right? It's about 5-inch waves. You get me? So it's pretty calm and stuff like that. And I know if I went out, I'd have a great paddle for a couple of hours or so, whatever, come back, no problems. But there's always that tiny risk, and with the chance of that mist coming down and settling more again, because it should be gone by now, and I don't know if you can see out of that window, it's still there, and it's quite dense. I don't know what it's going to show up on the camera because of the lens and everything. It might filter it all out, and you all might be seeing blue sky now. I'm wondering what the hell is he talking about. But no, so I'm going to call this one and say not worth the risk, and I'm going to leave it as I'll post this for New Year. So for this one, I'm going to say hope you all have a great New Year and everything. Got a few more days yet, because it's only the 27th of December. I was only here 2 days ago and it was glorious sunshine. Yeah, I was here on the 25th. As I said, strangely enough, the roads were clear and it was empty here. But no, I was here on the 25th and it was sunshine, it was great, and there was some seals about. One practically jumped in the boat. Well, not quite, but you know what I mean. I'll show you that video when I get it all, so I want to get that edited and get that posted, but I'm going to save that one for next year. Right, as in, I don't know, first week in January, you know what I mean. And that's what this one was for. I thought I'll come out now and get another one posted before the end of the year, but it looks like it's, well, it has. I just, little voice in my head, and seeing as you paddle alone, you have to listen to that little voice. Right? And that little voice is saying, oh, don't risk it. You know what I mean? A lot of people will be saying, it's stupid, it's fine, it's this, it's that. Yeah, it is. And I know I could paddle. I know I could go out. Even if the seas were frigging rougher, I could manage. You know what I mean? It's not as if you can't see your hand in front of your face. It's a case of you have to think worst case scenario, especially when you paddle alone. If for any reason I roll, I flip, and somehow I lose my boat and I'm floating and it's thick mist, and you know, yeah, even though I've got all the safety gear and stuff, just that mist is for the sake of 3 hours on the water, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. You get me? It really isn't worth it. Okay then, paddlers, I'm going to leave this one here. So yeah, if you paddle alone, or even if you paddle in a group, you have to check for risk. You have to do a risk assessment at all times, but especially when you paddle alone, you have to listen to your little voice. Okay then, right, I hope you all have a fantastic new year, and if everything goes to plan, I'll show you that sea, that one for the 25th where the seal pops its head on into the boat almost. And also I'll be doing my how many miles have I paddled this year. Well, I've just lost a few today, but yeah, it's like on the 25th I only did about 4 miles. Went about 2 miles that way, 2 miles this way, and that was it. I didn't push it. I was just enjoying myself. It was nice and peaceful. Obviously nobody about the 25th of December, there's strangely enough nobody about first thing in the morning. But yeah, so I'll be posting that one, how many miles I've done this year. And yeah, so like I said, I'll post this one as my last one for, I know I said I was going to post it January, but I won't be posting it January the 1st, but I'll post it for my last one before January. You know what I mean. So I'll simply say, whether you're a subscriber or not a subscriber, I hope you have a great new year. And yeah, if you are a subscriber and you enjoy paddling, happy paddling. Even if you're not a subscriber and you enjoy paddling, happy paddling. I don't know how that came out wrong, but you know what I meant. Okay then, always seems strange when I say this. I remember saying it last year and the year before and the year before, and it seems so strange. I'll see you next year.